Hey there, welcome to the Lumiere channel. It is I, Lumiere. Welcome to the 23rd and 24th of February guidance reading. Excuse me, daily guidance. Oh my god, I hope you did not hear that. It's really embarrassing. Daily guidance readings. I appreciate you being here. There's something that's on the tip of my tongue and I don't know how to say it. I think I want to talk to Sagittarians and say I will do something special for you all. I know I didn't get to your love reading, and February is almost over. Can you believe February is almost over? February is a cute month in that it has such few days, and yet it's so meaningful. We have in the U.S. Black History Month. It's Valentine's Day month. A lot of couples making up and breaking up. It's a month that 9 months later, what is it? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, November, December? Is it? Girl, I don't even know. I think a lot of Christmas babies are born are conceived during this time, I suppose. Yep. Christmas babies or Valentine's Day babies. So that's kind of cute. Isn't that weird to know? Let's get into your daily guidance for today. The 23rd, girl, is it? Yes. The 23rd and the 24th. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Please have access to guidance for the highest good of for the highest good of all. I don't want to say minor death, but that's the word that kind of comes into my mind. And then I remember yesterday's reading, which was codependency, leaving death to some shit. Death to the end. Death to, not death to armor, not death to protection, but it's death to what was. This is really a continuing energy from yesterday. Like I said, we're in this phase. I really love how the dailies really just come together in this beautiful story sometimes that are like segmented stories. Are you guys keeping up with this? Like I love it. So it gives me the, I love it's fun for me. It's, remember yesterday for the 21st and the 22nd, yeah, the guidance was really, it's not I'm not sure if it's even guidance. It's more like I don't know. It was thoughts that were keeping us tethered, thoughts that were keeping us down. Not down, but keeping us attached. This right here is exactly what I was saying yesterday in visuals. These thoughts have tethered this dude's armor or this person to the ground. It's keeping him tethered. It's keeping him attached. It's keeping him on this dry ass rocky shit. And not only are the swords, which is, there's a lot of fucking swords. It's a lot of thoughts. It's a lot of ideas. It's a lot of mental attachments. It's a lot of, like I was saying yesterday, or the previous daily, was where the first thing in is the last thing out. The first thing in before we ever do anything, say anything, act on anything is that thought. That's the first to go in, and it's the last to come out. This is the 10 of swords. It's not just any old regular sword. This is the 10 of swords. This is a situation that has been thought to death, is typically what people say with this one, but it's one that is like, shit, it's so intense. It's so codependency, like yesterday. It's so that that nothing else can like you reach a point where you're like, you know what, like this is sort of the other side of the you know what. This is like the inside of the you know what. This is kind of what's led to the you know what. This is what is going on in the background where you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna put my flowers down and just like, I can't, it's overkill. Like you've reached an overload where you've reached as far as it can go, and you're just like, you know what? Just, I can't keep living like this anymore. This ain't going nowhere. In the sense that not only if there's a human in this, if there's a person in this, they're stuck. Okay. Not only are these swords stamping this person to the ground, there's a bunch of them. Swords are heavy as fuck. Okay, they're heavy. They're made of real shit. Don't be watching this anime and these fake ass Hollywood movies and thinking that that's a real ass fucking sword. Swords are heavy as fuck. Okay. And so is armor. Armor is heavy as fuck. You got swords tying you to the ground. And even if they weren't tying someone to the ground, if they're in someone's being, it's hard to stand up, get up, because them swords rendered immobile. And even with this heavy ass armor, falling like this in armor anyway, like this is death mode. Like you're gonna die. If you're in war, yeah, you can't get up this fast. You can't get up too fast. So I feel like I'm definitely gonna pull another card, but there is it just really feels like a repeat of yesterday's. Things have been thought so much to the point that what else can you do? Nothing. You can't do much of anything here. Now let's see where this goes. Let me read the guidebook. I feel like this is half the story. This is where kind of things are / have been. I want to see where this is going. In a desolate, darkening landscape, a knight lies pierced with many swords, 10 to be exact, buddy. Despite his heavy armor, one knight alone could never withstand such a brutal mass attack. There's a terrible finality to the scene. Even the air seems sucked from the atmosphere, as if the life force itself has been annihilated. When you get this side and reading, the game is over, and you have lost. There is no way to avoid this reality. Whatever you're working toward has come to an end. It may be a strange comfort to know that this is as bad as it gets. It may be as bad as it gets. As with the Nine of Swords, things will only improve from this point. For now, there's nothing to do but pick up the pieces and call it a day. I agree. But I actually don't feel it as so morose. For many of us, it may be morose. For many others of us, it may not be. There is a certain piece to finality. There is a certain piece to your boss finally saying you're fired. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, you're worried about it, but it ends that stress. It's that you know what, because you can't do shit after that. You're fired. There is a certain release, there's that word. There is a certain peace that comes from someone saying, you know what, I know I've been distant. I know things have been weird between us, and I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. There is a sadness, a moroseness. Of course there is. Jesus Christ, of course there is. But that mental anguish, that explosion of your intuition firing in your mind all the time, in your heart, you knowing and feeling that something's wrong, but the person not saying it, and finally they say it, and you're sort of released. But this can also really be an end to some struggle. An end to old shit that wasn't, not even old shit. I don't really want to disrespect where we've been. I don't like that type of rhetoric all the time. Sometimes it's definitely called for, and it really depends on your story. But it's an end to the way we've been thinking. An end to our old, heavy-ass armor, heavy-ass thoughts and ideas that have kept us down for long enough. Old patterns like codependency, old comforts, old addictions, old ways that are coming to a close, which that's the essence of this, honestly. Now, if that old way, if that old armor is something that you, like the relationship or the job, those are just minor examples. That could fall in that sense. In another way that it could fall in is you thinking a certain way. So what I like to use is being alone, feeling alone, and just being like, you know what, things are gonna change, and things changing, going from being a single person to being someone who is in a happy relationship, a happy coupleship, being someone who's been so dry in the job search, doing things differently, entrepreneur, doing things the same, and then finally being like, fuck, that shit's not working, I need help. This shit's not working, I need to do something different. This shit's not working, I need to not reinvent the wheel and just start out small. That thing of something old, something that's been just not, there's a weighing you down, not working anymore. Eating habits, exercise habits, meditation habits, not meditating. So something that I noticed today is you can't, like, watching these videos is great, but there's nothing beats quiet time, actual fucking quiet time, where you're not watching something in the background, you're not listening to something in the background, you're not clogging and trying to block yourself from listening to what you need to listen to, which is nothing. Being completely in silence, that's fucking scary. So if you are scared, when we want to put something on, when we want to, put a song on, a movie in the background, a reading on from our favorite reader, nah, jokes, we want something on in the background, we want, something that is a distraction technique, that is fear manifesting itself in us not wanting to listen to the silence. Just like when we're having a conversation with somebody, silence is uncomfortable. I put music on when I'm talking to people, because if they stop talking, at least I'm anchored. I'm straight. I can rest in my music. It's in the background. So there's this call for sometimes. In any case, how certain things that it doesn't always have to be vile. It can just be the way I've been working. If I sit all the time for work, maybe I can stand. If I have music on in the background during my quiet time, maybe I can try not to. Or if I don't, then I do. Something like that, where something old is ending, and at the top of the deck is the Hierophant in reverse. This deck stays talking. The book talks about some pretty. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling that this is a bad thing. I just feel like staying in this energy knowingly and willingly for too long. There is appropriate goodbyes, but staying in this energy for too long is not going to be good. You'll really get burned. Because what I'm seeing here is the sun rising, okay? And when the sun rises, these swords are going to get hot, and so will this armor, and you will fucking cook inside, and you will have to steam your way out. When is the next air season? When is the next air season? We are in Pisces season. Shit, what the fuck happens next after Pisces? Who's that? Aquarius, we just left, it's air. Libra is air. Gemini is air. You don't want to wait until the summer when the sun is up. Yeah, that's funny. The sun comes up and that's in the US, it's cold. Where I'm at, it's not. Where I'm at, it's sunny and nice. But the sun comes up in June, July. The sun will burn. So for some of you, no, I'm going to say for general, I'm going to read it the way I'm seeing it. You want to get out of this energy, or you, before Gemini season, when is that? July, June? Leo is, Harry Potter was a Leo, right? So July, yeah. Leo comes after Gemini, because July, so before June 10th. The guy I dated was a Gemini. His birthday was June 10th. So before June. Because this sun will scorch the fuck out of you. Get out of that energy. But I feel like you will. We had the Chariot yesterday, but let's see a little bit more. Doesn't matter where you're at in the world. Do it before June. That's when the sun comes up. It's before Gemini season, before the air comes out, because that'll steam the shit out of you. That's not great. Or maybe you will be. Maybe this stage will. No, I think you'll have to leave before then. Yeah, I think you will have to leave before then. Yeah, out of whatever this energy is. I don't know what the fuck the Two of Wands is, to be honest. The Two of Wands is such a weird. Like, what's your deal? Five of Wands and the Eight of Swords. On the top we have the King of Swords. So we have Wands and Swords. Both, not airs, but both sort of floaty things. If you know the symbol for air, it's the triangle with the alchemical symbol. It's a triangle with just a plain triangle pointing up. Fire, it's with the oh god, this like line striking through. There's something about that. There is something here about Gemini season. I'm not gonna lie. I'm seeing it a little bit more too. The sun hasn't come up yet. You see with the 2 here, the sun has yet to come up yet. He's holding a ball that's very sun replicated, and the sun is there. But to me, this is sort of the sun. The sun hasn't come up yet. This has yet to explode. God damn, I swear. This is not good. If this fucking blows over, if this melts down, this dude is completely fucked. He really will get scorched. Like, fuck the sun. This bitch will get scorched. However, the sun is up here, and we've lost 2 swords. To me, she's smiling in this one. She's smiling here. She's basking in the sun. But you know, she could be waiting for the sun in this instant to heat up this sword so it can cut up her strands in the back. It's just at the top of the deck, I'm seeing the King of Swords. And when I see the King of Swords here, I feel like he's standing here looking at her. And she just has a feeling that things are going to be alright. Yeah, sorry, I don't know, it cut out. So, what was I saying? That it looks like he's here, standing here. He's a savior. A white knight. But he's a king. He's the King of Swords. Dare I say it, that's really interesting. He's sort of, I want to say he's this guy in the 9, but I feel like he is the savior come to save this person, us. Blocking the sun from scorching us. He's taking the hit because he too is unarmed. He too is armed. He has a big ass fucking sword, but he can handle it. He has this robe of royalty here. And I feel like she knows, she can feel that even though the sun is slightly up here, something is blocking her, particularly. Her front. Her back, though, she's not leaving this situation unscathed. She's not leaving this situation without something that will remind her of this. That will remind her of the past. There will be scars. There will be blood. There will be lessons. It's battle scars. It's reminders that, hey, you know, this happened and you survived this. I like that. You survived this. So, air, Gemini season. So that's nice, because I was worried. This sun coming up, this shit, okay? Delayed. And I feel like this is helping, coming to help. And then here's shelter. from the sun. The sun isn't bad. It's just the sun, when you're wearing all of this shit and you got all them swords in you, baby, the sun gon' heat that shit up, okay? In any case, come back in Gemini season in June. What is it? June, May? Is it? I don't know. I think it's. Girl, I don't know. I don't know my zodiacs. Okay, I just know the ones that I know. But I do feel like overall things will be okay. But there won't be anything unscathed. This is like losing weight and then still sort of having loose skin or something if you didn't work out. It's like getting over that love affair that didn't work out and being like, yeah, I'm okay. But having those boundaries and saying, you know, I'm not doing that to myself again. But I do want to fall in love again. It's being single and having the battle scars of singlehood and saying, yeah, single was great and I did a lot for myself while I was single, so I know what I'm capable of. I'm not going to enter into a relationship that's going to take away what's going to add. And that's, you know, it's a scar, it's a mark, right? I want with my readings for you guys to understand that things, it's more of the essence of what I'm saying. So a scar is a mark, it's a reminder. It's just, that's the word I'm using, scar. It could be a beauty mark, right? But it came from something. It's a talisman. That's what Colette Byrne-Reed, I think she uses, a talisman of wisdom. That's your scar. This thing. I've never used these cards like that. It's going through hell, just like Pisces. The particular Pisces I'm thinking of, it's going through hell, being homeless, being in very difficult relationships or non-relationships, you know, with family members or career-wise, not getting a break, and finally getting your break and looking at your beauty marks, looking at your scars and being like, yeah, I'm not going back to that shit again. It's a final goodbye. It's a final countdown. And moving forward with better wisdom. Yep, we're going to end this here before things go farther than they need to. I get uncomfortable with predictions. But since it's general, I'm alright with it. Personal readings, they're on hold. Until I can feel a little bit more comfortable with things that I'm picking up and such. Alright. In any case, thanks for watching. This was fun. Tarot is always trying to do some things. I appreciate you watching. See you next time. Have a good 23rd, 24th. And know that whatever you're experiencing in time, it's for the good, and you are protected. This is protection. He's taking the brunt of it all, and solace in a cave is coming. Okay, alrighty. Yeah, you won't get scorched. That's nice. I was seeing that. Alright. Bye. Keep your light on.